Welcome back to another video, and this is my haul from the month of March and April. Welcome back, and today we're going to be doing a very short haul video from the months of March and April. If you're wondering what's up with my voice, I am still recovering from a cold. Watch the intro on my makeup news video, there's a timestamp. I have had a very rough couple of weeks, which has affected the fact that my video uploads have been a bit here and there, but we are now trying to get to the normal filming routine. About why this is particular like a shorter haul video, because I actually during April I wasn't like buying that much makeup. During March I did buy a decent amount. However, during March there was a P. Louise haul, and those I usually film separately. So if you are interested in the P. Louise products, I have already done a separate haul video. You can find it on the same playlist that this video is included in. So in this video we're just gonna be covering that like non-P. Louise products, and because the P. Louise haul was quite big, there isn't like that much products included in this one. But let's start actually like going through these ones. As I said, not a lot to go through. So first one, something that I did. This is a purely rebuy. I have reviewed this. This is a recommended foundation on my channel. So I got the L'Oreal True Match foundation. I needed a new foundation. Mine is in the shade 1R/1C. This is probably one of the best shade matches, and also I do think in the formula it's a very good, especially if you have a combo dry skin and you still are looking for some coverage. This is a very good option from the drugstore. I have like, as I said, I have reviewed this previously, and this is something that I usually buy if I don't have if there isn't like a new upcoming foundation that I want to test out. This is just a good like old favorite to fall back on, and I think it shows that because this is I think now my third or fourth bottle that I have been like using this one, so it shows that this truly is a favorite. Then a newest L'Oreal product that I have been trying out, but this has not been reviewed yet on my channel. So this is the new telescopic mascara in their range. So what is this one actually called? So this was the extensionist mascara, and this is like in their telescopic line. So I have been now wearing this for some time now. I'm gonna show the bristle. So it is one of these like skinnier ones. So if you are familiar with the original L'Oreal telescopic mascara that is in the golden packaging, that is actually one of my favorite L'Oreal mascaras. However, the issue with that one is that the original formula, it does much, and I don't like to wear waterproof versions, so it's just something that I have to like, if I wear that particular mascara, I kind of like have to deal with the smudging. With this one now, like having worn it quite a while, I do think it had potential, but unfortunately, like, I don't know that they, like, is the fact that is the stopper in this one very weak, or does my mascara actually lack the stopper completely? Because I don't know how visible is it, but there you get a very lot of, like, there's a lot of product comes to the wand, and because the bristles in this one are very skinny, you kind of with this one end up with the fact that you get a lot of like clumps with this one. This is actually one of the first mascaras in quite a while that I had to actually, I have a separate lash comb in my sort of like bag where I have my makeup brushes, and I haven't had to use that for quite some time, but with this one I actually had to use them. So I think even though like I'm still like you're gonna see this in a review video in the future, but I don't think this is gonna be my favorite mascara from L'Oreal, which is, I'm kind of thinking that the mascaras that I have been trying out recently on my channel, like, we haven't had that many hits, so yeah, maybe I should go back to some of my old favorites, because it seems that I want to try out new mascaras because it's kind of fun and I like finding new favorites, but lately I think the new mascaras that I've been trying out, those haven't been working out that well, but I'm still gonna be testing this one out, and as I said, it's gonna be included in a review video later. Then I did actually end up buying some stuff from both Essences and Catrice's seasonal update. So first one, these actually have already been included in a review on my channel, so you can check that one out on my sort of review playlist. So first one was this one. So this is the Silky Blur Translucent Powder. I thought this was an okay drugstore powder. Maybe for someone like me who has these days more of a dry combo skin, not maybe an ideal option. And it kind of did have the maybe flower bag effect that some of the very cheap powders have. So basically when you open it, there you get a poof of like product all over your desk. But it's a pretty okay. Only thing I would say that the translucent claim, it actually does have pigment to it. So on some skin tones this might actually not work out. So that is maybe something that only thing that I would say that consider that if you're buying this one, it's not a translucent, there is a cost to this one. Then the second product from Essence, so this was the Silky Blur Concealer. So I swatched out the foundation and the concealer in store, and with the foundation swatch I did make the conclusion that it's gonna be way too like drying on me, even though they are advertising that this line is supposed to be this like a hybrid formula that is supposed to give more of a like it's supposed to be a long wear but still give kind of like hydration. I did discuss on my review video of this one that I think this is just on the cusp of having just enough hydration that I can wear this under my eyes, but it's just very on the edge. I think if it would be just a tad drier, I would not like this one. But something that I did give this one credit for is that the formula, it is at least pretty thin, because I did try the Maybelline concealer that was supposed to be a serum concealer, but it was actually very clumpy and very thick kind of formula. This at least has a very thin and nice formula to work with. Then from Catrice, so here is, I bought one of the new matte lipsticks. So this was the Blur, what was this one called? Blur Real Matte Lipstick, and mine is in the shade Muted Romance. So compared to the previous, I actually did make the conclusion in my review video that I actually liked the matte lipstick that they had previously. It was much more of a creamy formula. This has a bit of a stiffer formula. It is still a very long wear bullet matte lipstick formula, but it's just that I liked the previous formula they had better. But if you are looking for a drugstore like bullet matte lipsticks, you can try this one out. Obviously Catrice isn't that expensive, so you might like it or you might not like it, but for me, I don't think this was improvement to the previous formula they had in their line. So I think this was the most like surprising product in a positive way. So I actually tried one of the individual multichrome eyeshadows. They brought out 3 of these. So this is in the shade Pink Horizon. Mine is already like, I think you can probably see that I have actually like been using this quite of a decent amount. I don't know how obvious the flip is, because I don't think my camera is pretty good at capturing these sort of multichrome shades, but I do think if you are looking for multichromes at a drugstore prices and just want to try 1 or 2, like obviously the shade range of this one wasn't extensive, you only get 3 variations, but I actually do think this was a very nice formula for being drugstore. It's not chunky, it's actually a very smooth formula. You can see the shift when you spread this on your eyelid, and it's a very like nice formula to work with. So I think actually for a drugstore multichrome find, this could actually be something to try out if you don't want to like buy this very huge big indie multichrome palette that cost a lot of money. These actually could be a very good like option if you want to try out some multichrome shades first. And then also a blush that I did rank quite highly. So this was the Soft Blur powder blush, and this was the shade Pink Positive. So I didn't have that much high expectation for these, because I was thinking that yeah, it's probably gonna be another like generally Catrice's powder products I have liked and they've been okay, but I was actually pleasantly surprised. I did say that especially if you are looking for more of a buildable, easy to work with blush formula from drugstore, this could be a good option, because a lot of the more inexpensive drugstore blush formulas, they can be very pigmented and very like not all of them are easy to work with, but this is the kind of blush shade that I would say that actually I think many people would enjoy, because you can kind of go with just a light wash of color on your cheek, or you can build this one up. But this was a very I liked this surprisingly a lot, considering that I didn't have very high expectations for this particular formula. And then the only like eyeshadow palette, so in the P. Louise haul I did have 1 eyeshadow palette, and this was like the second palette that I actually got on the Monolith shop launch that happened during, I think this has already happened in March. So this was the Nevermore palette from Ensler Rain. This was part of their Valentine's release, so this was they had the Forevermore and Nevermore. The Forevermore was a pale pink one, and it was like sort of like this happy romance, dark romance. This was the like obviously dark romance variation. This has already been reviewed on my collective eyeshadow palette review video quite a while ago. Again, you can find it on the review playlist. And my thoughts were that I had been maybe higher expectations for this one. Quality-wise, there was actually nothing wrong with this one. The mattes worked out very well. There was maybe 1 chunky or sticky or shimmer that I didn't like working with, but otherwise it was a very beautiful palette. But I was kind of expecting maybe more variety than I actually ended up getting with this one, so that was kind of the downfall of this palette, because based on the promo images I was thinking that there was actually like quite a few things that you could do with this one, but then when I started using this one I realized that with the mattes, and then with some shimmers there were actually a lot of shades that kind of end up looking pretty samey once you got them to your eyelid. But if you are still into this kind of wine red moreish color story and you generally have liked Insularion's quality previously, I do think you are gonna enjoy this one. But just as in terms of versatility, don't expect too much from this color story. But I do still think that even though it wasn't maybe as versatile as I wanted, I still do like the color story of it. And kind of the like dark romance, happy romance theme, I thought for Valentine's it was pretty cute that they did something like that. I did end up skipping the sort of Forevermore palette because with that one I was able to see just from the like images that it was going to be pretty monotone pink palette, and I thought that I don't need like any more monotone pink palettes. I have my pink palettes like already in my collection. So with the Nevermore there was at least a bit more contrast compared to the Forevermore. But I think both of the palettes, if you shop within Europe, you can still get both of them. I think on Monolith Shop I don't think either of them sold out, so if you're still interested in either of them you can still get them. But that was actually the last product that I had for this particular haul. That was my very short makeup haul video. If you liked this video, push the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell button if you want to get notifications from future content. You can also find me with the same nickname, Makeup Hedgehog, on Instagram. I hope you're going to see another video. Bye bye!